Hey runners, Coach Morgan here. This week for your Workout Wednesday, I have a full body strength circuit for you. So I'm gonna break down all the movements. Don't you worry, I'm gonna walk you through everything. Let's get into it. All right, so I have 5 movements for you today. I'm gonna break everything down one by one, and I'll drop the details on reps and rounds down below at the end for you. So the first one we're gonna do is a squat. Now we're gonna have a little bit of a different variation on it today. I actually have kind of 3 different squats within this squat. So the first thing we're gonna do is kind of get our hips nice and lined up here with our legs. And I have, instead of a weight, I actually have my weighted backpack. So remember, when we're picking up anything heavy off the ground, we always want to actually be in our good form when we get down there. So kind of roll those shoulders back, tip the hips, keep that core nice and tight, and we're going to pick it up just like that. And I'm going to hold it in like a little goblet form here. So the first squat we're going to do is just a regular squat. When I say regular, we're kind of messing with the time of our going down and coming back up. So we're going to go down for 1, come back up for 1. The next squat we're gonna do is a tempo squat. So we're gonna go down for 3, so a little bit slower. So 1, 2, 3, shooting those hips back and come up for 1. So a little bit of a pop there at the top. The last one we're gonna do is a hold. Also remember those knees, we wanna be pushing them out to the sides, not letting them drop down in. So we're gonna go down for 1, hold for 1 breath here, and then come back up for 1. So our next movement is going to be a single leg box jump. So I have my little bench right here. If you're feeling unsure, you can always make this lower, kind of up to you on this. So once again, we're gonna get into this squat form, roll the shoulders back, keeping those feet about hip width apart. We're gonna start with 2 legs and jump up and land single-leggedly. Now, leggedly, I think that's the word. So when we do that, we wanna make sure it's nice and quiet. We're gonna kind of drop down into a little bit of a squat up there. So using your arms here, we're gonna kind of sit back, jump up, whoop, catching ourselves and going back up, and dropping back down nice and slow. One more time. That one was better. Making it a little bit quieter and coming back down, making sure you're giving a nice squeeze at the top there. Now remember, when you land with your leg up on top, you want to make sure that you're kind of fighting that knee going in. You want to make sure you're kind of pushing it out to the side there to really give you that stability when you land at the top. All right, the next movement I have here for you are going to be dips. Now these are going to be working on our upper body here, which as runners we don't tend to work on as much. Now these are super important because we're really going to work on opening up the pecs here and strengthening the back sides, our triceps here. Now, what this is going to do is keep us in that nice posture when we're running, rather than hunched over, which is what you see when most of us are sitting on our desks all day. We're like this over our phones. And when we're in this position all day, we end up running in this position. This is going to lead to us landing heavier when we run and potentially injuries down the line. So to prevent that, we're going to work on our dips. So we want to have our shoulders right over top of our wrists here, and we're just gonna kind of scooch down. I have 2 different variations here. So the first one, I'm actually going to plant my feet flat on the ground, almost as far out as I can reach while still keeping my shoulders above my wrists. And I'm just going to drop down, keeping my elbows really nice and tight to the sides, keeping those shoulders back. Don't hunch over like this. Keeping that core engaged, trying to drop down as low as I can, whatever my flexibility allows. Now the next one is you can go up on your heels here, and you're gonna really just kind of shoot those hips up to the sky. We're almost going into a reverse plank here. This is gonna require a little bit more core work. And once again, we're just gonna sit down, shoot that butt, see if we can touch it to the ground, and shoot it back up to the sky. There's your dips. All right, so for our next one, we're gonna be down on our mats here. We're gonna be doing a side plank with a leg lift. So this is super important to make sure we're keeping a nice tight core here. So to line this up, we want our shoulders over top of our elbows here, and we want a nice straight line here as well. We don't want to be kind of curved out like that. Also making sure our head is in line, so we don't want to have our head forward. That's going to like work off the counterbalance there. So once we find a nice position, you can have your hand up on your hip here if that works for you, and we're going to press up really kind of as high as we can here. Oops, scoot forward. And we're just gonna bring this leg up. It doesn't have to be anything super high. Bring it up and down nice and slow and controlled here. If that's a little too much, you can just stay in the side plank, but make sure you keep shooting this top hip up to the sky and come back down nice and safely there when you're done. All right, so back down on our mat here for this one, we're going to be doing plank rows. So to start, we're gonna get into that plank position. Shoulders over top of our wrists here, and our feet, if you need, you can take a little bit of a wider stance here since we're gonna be going a little unstable here. So one of the goals is to make sure that when we do our rows, when we bring up, we're not really tipping. So we wanna keep nice, straight, stable hips here, turning that pelvis under, keeping our core nice and tight. And when we come up, I'm gonna open up my legs here just a little bit. We wanna bring this arm all the way up, right into our armpit there, and bring it straight back down. Same on the other side. See how my hips are not moving? Bringing it back down, bringing it up and down. When we're coming into that top position there, we're really working on that back of the arm swing. The more range of motion that we can kind of get out of this, the more power that we're gonna get when we're running. All right, so for your workout today, we're gonna be using the number 9. So for your squats, we're gonna be doing 9 reps. Now remember, I had it broken down into those 3 different squats, the tempo, the hold, and the regular squat. So you're gonna go through those, each 3 times, total of 9. For any of the single leg workouts or the single arm workouts that we had today, you're gonna be doing 9 on each side, so total of 18. And then once again, for the dips, we're gonna be doing 9 of those, just regular. So for rounds, I want you to try to shoot from anywhere from 3 to 5 of these. Kind of challenge yourselves, rest as needed, probably no more than a minute in between each movement, and then no more than 2 minutes in between each round. There you have it, runners. Hopefully I gave you a nice full body workout this Workout Wednesday. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and drop any comments that you have down below. Also subscribe to our channel. We get these videos to your inbox each and every week, and I want you to see them. And if you haven't already, check out our other videos that we have for Workout Wednesday. I'll see you guys there.